All right, here's our guy Victor Wembanyama. And last night, Victor Wembanyama drove up to Dallas, Texas, probably a 4 hour drive from San Antonio. Knowing the NBA, he probably flew up there, probably a 30-minute flight. But however Wembanyama got to Dallas, Texas, Wemby gets to Dallas, and right around 8:30, 9 p.m., Wemby just walks up to half court in Dallas, just pulls his pants down and just makes a mess, just shits all over the Dallas Mavericks and their entire city. And as a Spurs fan, it just couldn't have been better to watch. Wemby just completely wrecked the Dallas Mavericks and all their fans. It's probably the end of the third or the start of the fourth quarter. Wemby's yelling at fans on the baseline, go home, go home. He had a dunk. He had a dunk at one end of the court, just a nasty dunk. I think it was the one on AD where he's going left, bumps AD off like a little kid, goes up lefty dunk. He's screaming at fans on the baseline and just telling them to go the fuck home. And I love it. I love it so much. I hate the Dallas Mavericks. I'm a Spurs fan. Mavericks fans hate the Spurs, and we're probably all going to hate each other again for the next 15 years or so, 15, 20 years. And then once Wemby's retiring, once Cooper Flag is retiring, we're going to show them so much respect and love them, just like Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki. But the Dallas San Antonio rivalry is one of the most bitter rivalries in Texas. I know Spurs and Mavs hate each other more than the Rockets and Spurs or the Rockets and Mavs. The Spurs Mavs rivalry is just terrible, and we love to see Wembanyama just go and just pull his pants down and just shit all over the Dallas Mavericks. Wemby finishes with 40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks. Felt like he had 8 blocks out there. There's one on Derek Lively where Lively tries to go up for some weak ass jump hook. Wemby swats the shit out of him like a little kid. Wemby goes up the other way, hits him with an in and out, crosses him over right to left, step back. It's a Jamal Crawford move. He goes between the legs, behind the back, step back. Something he learned from Jamal Crawford, I'm sure, while he was working with him, and then hit a step back three and one in Derek Lively's face. Lively landed inside of his landing zone for Wemby. I don't think it was anything dirty, but I mean, what are you supposed to do? You're 7'1". You're going up trying to contest Wemby's jump shot, and it's like you're not even there. I mean, what are the players supposed to do? Just stand there flat-footed and let Wemby take a wide open jump shot. You might as well do that because that's the same thing as trying to contest Wemby's jumper. Because even when you're 7'1", 7'2", like Derek Lively, and Derek Lively's really athletic as well, you still can't even get your hand in his face. You're basically just wasting your time trying to contest his jumper. But most impressive things for Wemby, we can talk about all the crazy tomahawk dunks and everything like that. He had that nasty one where he pump fakes Lively out of his shoes, goes baseline, hits him with like a Sean Kemp. It was absolutely filthy. He gets the lob from Stephon Castle, that reverse lob on the fast break. The lefty dunk on AD was the most impressive one for me because he just bodied AD, just bumped him and goes up and just dunks on his ass so bad. But most impressive thing for me was seeing how tightened up Wemby's ball handles look. His handles looked incredible. His all of his dribble moves looked super low to the ground. I didn't see him getting ripped. Well, he didn't get ripped once out there. He had 0 turnovers for the entire game. It was showing players with 40 points, 15 rebounds, and 0 turnovers. In NBA history, it was Wemby, Shaq, Moses Malone, and then I want to say maybe Wilt Chamberlain. I could be wrong about the Wilt Chamberlain part, but it was definitely Moses Malone, Shaq, and Wemby. And Shaq had done it 3 times. I'm sure Wemby will do it probably at least 3 times in his career, but just an amazing stat line. Back to the handles, though, he was working with Jamal Crawford over the summer, so the handles may have been the most impressive thing for me, his handles and his strength, and they kind of go hand in hand. People would hate on Wemby for taking so many 3 balls last year. He was just doing that to experiment and kind of just get more comfortable and kind of get used to taking deep threes, so he has that in his bag if he needs to fall back and use it. I'm sure all the Spurs fans knew he's just experimenting. It's kind of like when Dirk Nowitzki first came into the league and everyone's saying, oh, you're 7 feet tall, you have to get down low and learn some post moves. But Dirk Nowitzki was skinny as hell, just like Wemby was skinny as hell coming into the NBA. And then once Wemby put some size on, same thing with Dirk. Once Dirk put some size on, then they can get down into the post and make some moves down low, even though neither one of those guys are probably going to turn into a Shaquille O'Neal type of player or some player that's only trying to score down low since they have so much more to their game. But his extra strength was helping him out. He could always handle the ball decently. His ball handling skills again just look completely ridiculous. He looks like a 7'5" Jamal Crawford out there with his dribble being so low to the ground. But one reason his handle is better, other than him just working on it like crazy over the summer, is because he's so much stronger. He can get off the dribble and beat someone, like when he beat Anthony Davis, hit him with a shoulder bump, and get all the way to the rim, get to his spot without getting knocked off balance. Because that was one reason why his handle wasn't as great in his rookie year, his sophomore year. He still had a decent ball handle, but people would knock him off of his spot. He couldn't do the things he wanted to do just because of his lack of strength out there. Another thing with him being so much stronger, he can get to his spots in the mid post. He's getting the ball a lot easier, getting to his spots much easier. And then once he gets into the post, he's backing guys down. He had another move against Lively where he just dribbles to the middle of the court and just goes for a fadeaway right there pretty much at the free throw line. He just had so many spectacular moves out there. It was just ridiculous. The 4-point play on Derek Lively after he swatted him was insane. Another thing I wanted to see in the game was Victor Wembanyama and Cooper Flagg meeting at the rim, and there was a play where Cooper tries to go up on Wemby, and Wemby just absolutely destroyed Cooper Flagg's shot. So I just love to see it. Victor Wembanyama is the welcome to the NBA moment for Cooper Flagg. Everyone gives Wemby so much credit, and rightfully so, but we have to give the entire Spurs team credit, and the Spurs defense just looked insane. Everyone's just so pressed up on the ball, so pressed up on everything because everyone knows if your man on offense beats you, this guy's waiting behind you on the back line, and Wemby's probably going to clean up pretty much any of the mistakes you make, and that's pretty much Mitch Johnson's philosophy for all of our perimeter defenders is just push up on everything. If your player pushes if your player beats you off the dribble, it's all good. Our rotations were looking great, so Wemby was almost our third line of defense because if your player beats you off the dribble, somebody else rotates over, and if you beat that guy, Wemby's in the back line, just swatting everybody's shots. So we just look so impressive defensively. Wemby just looked so impressive all over the court with everything that he did, and we're still missing De'Aaron Fox. Once Jeremy Sohan gets back, the defense is just going to look even better. But yeah, I mean, Wemby's ball handles were ridiculous. His mid-range shot was looking even better. He was getting into the mid-range and getting shots down there. And then, just his ability to finish in the mid-post, finish in the low post. And he did all this against Anthony Davis. He's just toying with Anthony Davis and just ragdolling Anthony Davis like a little kid. And it's just ridiculous to see. Wemby he said he put on 30 pounds since he was a rookie, probably put on 10 or 15 pounds of muscle over the off season, and this is kind of what everybody's scared to see, and Wembanyama's turning into the demigod that we all knew he could possibly be. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 7 million subscribers. Please let me know what you thought about Wemby's performance and how you think he's going to look moving forward, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.